Yo, what's going on, everyone? We appreciate y'all. Welcome back to the Couch Stealers. It's the one and only Meister Mikey J.
And it's your boy AU.
Yo, appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you follow us across all our social at Couch Stealers. And make sure you subscribe to the Couch Stealers YouTube page. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop. AU, we back. We live. We a living color. I got the Prince of All Saiyans on my shirt. We chilling. You missing One Piece?
I miss One Piece. Something serious, yo.
Yo, we'll be back in a couple weeks though.
It's been a minute for me. Having something so consistent in my life for so goddamn long, and then having it not be there is like it's strange. You know
It is strange. We were talking about it before we even hit play on this, but like I'm cool with the break that One Piece took because I needed to miss One Piece for a little while. You know what I mean? Like I miss it now. I needed to come back, and I'm gonna be excited for when it comes back. But like I was okay with them taking a little break. Let Oda go ahead and get some rest. You know
you misunderstand. I'm not saying they didn't deserve a break or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It's just it's just missed. And I mean we did. I'm pretty sure this is true, but we're supposed to be getting better pacing and animation when they return. So there's that.
Ooh.
I mean, and we do know that the pacing in One Piece was getting a little something. The Wano pacing was not the best. Although it was the most epic arc, like in terms of like progression of the story, and obviously the Kaido Luffy fight was like obviously the craziest shit.
Like it's the pinnacle for me of One Piece as far as fights. And you know me, yes. I love Katakuri Luffy. That is my favorite fight. But when you talk about the lengths in which they had to go to bring us the epicness of Luffy versus Kaido and all the different stages that fight had and everything that was going on, because let's not also forget that there was a whole battle death going on
like it was a real battle. Like yes. I feel like the War of the Best was a war, but it wasn't a war. If we're being honest,
it was a big ass battle.
It was a big ass battle. That felt. I'm gonna rephrase. I felt like what happened during the Kaido Wano arc. That was a war.
Okay. I could see that because there was so many different factions. There was so many different organizations that came in and countries that came in, and we trying to liberate our country. And Wano needs to open their borders, and we need to go back and Ozen forever.
Yeah, like it was really war. So like we're talking about countries being like demolished, diminished, and trying to be like replenished. Sorry, I wasn't even trying to go there, but I had to. There's just too many ish.
I'm hyped for it to come back. I'm excited for it to come back. And to be completely honest with you, I'm in a place now where I miss One Piece in a way that I haven't missed One Piece in a very long time.
Yes,
so
100%.
Once the episodes start flowing, I'm locked in, baby.
Oh yeah, we locked in. And like I said, with the animation increase or change what they're going to do, and then the pacing, I think is going to be very exciting to watch One Piece. And speaking of exciting, let's talk about the remake of the Chimera arc.
You are such an asshole. Why is that weird? Bro,
after that episode, this is the Chimera arc.
So
I was giving people the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean? Because people were like, "Oh, it's not the Chimera arc." You know, people who've read, obviously, I haven't, and neither have you. Optics wise, right now, this is the Chimera arc.
So obviously we're talking a little bit about Solo Leveling here, the latest episode. They are on Jeju Island. I think I'm saying that right. Jeju Island.
Jeju? I don't know.
Jeju sounds
no
bad.
idea.
I actually think you're right. I think it is Jeju. I think it is Jeju. So we're on the Jeju Island. Everything's going down. They actually brought both S ranks from Japan and Korea. They're there. Everybody's like, all right, cool. We're going to take it. It actually does a really great job of feeling like a boss fight, which I have a great appreciation for. I'm playing Dragon Age now, which I've never played before. And
Dragon Age,
bro. Dragon Age of Velgard, and I'm in it so bad. It's bad, bro. I'm about to be that which has no life. It's so bad. But that's what this felt like. It felt like a boss fight until, the
Jeju.
It is Jiju?
Yeah, I like the pronunciation.
Bet. So then until the Ant King Prince showed up on some very similar things that would again
like Chimera Ant King.
Yo, listen, imitation is the highest form of flattery.
1000%. 1000%. I even saw something going Insta just scrolling randomly, and everyone was like, it is literally Chimera Ant art. Everyone in the comments. It was just something about what's happening right now. And everyone, it wasn't even in relation to whether it's the Chimera Ant arc or not. Everyone in the comments just kept saying Hunter. Like, it was the funniest shit. I was like, I can't even be mad at people at this point. Now, let me be very clear here. It is obviously solo leveling. Like, and there are obviously differences here, but the copy paste for the storyline as of right now is literally the Chimera Ant arc.
So I won't say the storyline is copy paste. I think the villain is copy paste. That is where can I
no. Okay, I meant like the storyline of this arc. Like the direction of this arc is the Chimera Ant arc. Bro,
they gotta go. So they gotta
he already cured his mom, so he don't even got a mission no more.
Oh my god, his
main storyline is as of right now is done as far as we know. There is no main storyline for him. So therefore, the storyline in which we can view, because we haven't read, it is the threat of these ants that can evolve and get stronger by eating other motherfuckers and all this other shit, and they are a threat to the world. Is that not Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc?
So
and then him slowly learning to talk in a very short period of time. Not slowly, but like that was not redundant. That was contradictory. But you know what I mean. Him learning how to talk just like the Chimera Ant art, Chimera Ant King and everything.
I think like this. So I look at it like this.
And he got a fucking
No, you're not.
He got an obsession also with swiping heads off.
I don't think you're wrong. But I also don't think you're 100% right. But you're not wrong. But you're somewhere in that middle part because the only thing he misses swiping the heads off is literally the tail. He's just doing it with the blade of his arm or whatever. Is I don't know what do ants have, legs, I guess. So like it's the blade of that as opposed to like the way dude was doing it with his tail in Hunter x Hunter. So I think that the idea is the same. The idea is the same to your point. We got this big bad who was hatched from this other big bad who now is going to take over for the big bad. And it's a constant threat because if we don't kill them, they're going to come get us. So I can agree with that. I think
he ate his mom.
Yes, and he ate his mom. I get it. Speaking of he ate, I thought about you when I was watching the episode last night because the scene when the healer didn't make it, and it was so crazy because you were the only person that I know more than any other person when we're watching something involving a monster. Your main complaint is that
waiting for somebody's head to get eaten.
That's the main complaint that you always have. Like, yo, you supposed to be a monster. Monster's supposed to munch on mother's brains.
Eat his head.
And that's exactly what we got.
I was so fucking satisfied. And let me tell you, I knew that motherfucker was going to die the whole time.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, here's the thing about Solo Level that I love. And then we can get right back on topic. I'm so sorry. I love solo leveling strictly because I know what the fuck is going to happen. We all know what the fuck is going to happen. But they still somehow DBZ the fuck out of us.
Yo. It is like Dragon Ball Z. It is.
We
it is
knew
very
he
similar.
was gonna die. He was talking way too much about keeping people alive. He was too optimistic. This nigga gonna die.
Bro, they said it in real life. They was like, "Yo, as long as our healer is here, we're gonna be
fine. Yeah, fight to the end."
Like, oh, so you mean I basically just got to do what nobody does in Marvel Rivals and just get to the back line and kill the healer?
Listen, bro.
Okay.
Murdered that boy. Lunched on him.
The wild part
and then said his words.
The wild part for me was when he stuck the arm through because the ant is so tall already that he had to bring him down just for him to get the munch on.
Get the munch on. Yeah.
It was that scene, that part, seeing the S ranks fight, which I really appreciated seeing the S ranks fight, because we've heard about so much of the S rank power.
Mm-hmm.
They're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. So
I will say I thought they underscaled them just a bit. I mean, they overscaled them just a bit, in my opinion.
As far as hyping them,
yes,
I agree with you. 100%. My point was that it was great to watch them fight. It was, but outside of their ability to either have a really broken ability, like a really broken power, like the flame on dude, he's kind of broken because he can manipulate
ultimate
and create
weapon.
flames. Yeah, like he's kind of busted in that realm, in that world.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not seeing anything that much different from an S rank to like an E rank. I'm sorry, an S rank to like an A rank.
A rank, yeah.
And then obviously the scale between where the S ranks are and where Sung Jin Woo is so different that it almost makes them look like regular level Dumbledores.
Yeah, so, before my boy died, or we don't know if he died. Also, them motherfuckers ain't shit, by the way. He's like, yeah, they all dead now. Yeah, I was like, God damn, y'all ain't shit.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say before we don't know if he's dead. Jin Woo might have saved him. I think so, personally. I think he might have saved the dude before he died to the Chimera Ant King. And so I think he might have. If he saved the other people, why he might have had a shadow on him too. Yeah. But anyways, I was just gonna say that. What the hell was my goddamn point? I lost myself. You know what? Continue on. Sorry.
No, you good. I was just gonna say. No, I was gonna say. Watching the episode, I got a lot of good ideas as far as the power scaling that they've had in the show, because we run around with Sung Jin Woo all the time, so we see broken literally on a daily basis with his character. If he was not around, or if he did not awaken, they lose so bad. They just prolonging the inevitable at this point if they don't have someone as busted as he does. Because every time they go to another dungeon that we get a chance to see Sung Jin Woo go with them, he's the only reason why they're getting out of that. And those are usually like not crazy scaled dungeons. Like I think there was like one or two that was like ridiculous.
Well, they were A ranks. They were A ranks in those dungeons, especially the one with the orcs.
The one with the orc, I think the one with the orcs and the one with the
I think that I'm pretty sure the S class, if it was an S class group or a S rank group, I think they'd have been fine in the orc thing.
I don't know if they would have been fine in the orc. I think it would have been fine with the ice elves. I think it would have been fine. I think they would have been fine with the ice elves. I think there's too many orcs.
Okay,
that's so many orcs,
bro. They're strong. Now I think you're underestimating them completely. Like they're strong. They're strong. They're very strong. I think they would have been fine in the orc shit for sure. I just think we're looking at it from the perspective because it's, again, Jin Woo. He's busted. He's broken. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Before he potentially maybe died, we don't know. When he was like, I felt this before. It was like in the quick little flashback to Jin Woo, basically, before he came and exchanged.
Got you.
So just to your point is all I'm saying, that without him, it's just ridiculously not hopeful. And realistically speaking, we don't know how hopeful it is with him coming there. Maybe he gets there and gets them out, and then that's how this goes. Because
I'm good with that.
I am good with that too, personally, because again, from what we've heard, this is an arc. I don't know how they complete an arc in like 3 episodes, personally, but my guess is that
Woo is kind of busted. So
I agree.
If anyone was gonna,
he's gonna have to meet his match at some point, bro. He can't, because not only that. Here's the thing: S ranks are gonna be basically obsolete. First and foremost, very short. They have to be, because his father's back from God knows where. He busted up at S rank pretty easily. We didn't see the fight, but we know we busted up.
Anytime you get off screened, if you get
off screened, it was bad.
It's a problem.
So 100%. So I think S ranks are going to be obsolete. And if you're not someone who can gradually scale in this universe, then the S ranks aren't going to matter. And I feel like they're going to introduce those types of characters moving forward. So these S ranks don't even matter.
That's a good point. I want to see, honestly, whether or
not
they're
strong.
they figure out the mystery behind Awakening. Because I think that's what Beastman and what Fireboy are trying to do. I think the two of them are trying to
They're
figure
perceptive.
out. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like they're looking around. They're the ones who even realized Sun Jin-woo had been. They're like, there's a potential that dude got reawakened. I can't say that because that's kind of like nobody gonna believe me. I'm gonna sound crazy, but I feel like if anybody was gonna get reawakened, a dude who was an E-rank person a couple of weeks ago and is now the newest, most busted S rank that I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
There's a potential here that he got reawakened because I even think when he did the test to do the S rank and they felt the power level, they felt the scale outside the room, and they was like, yo, what in the world is that? That tells you everything you need to know as far as where they're already looking at Sun Jin-woo of this isn't just a regular dude who just got powers out of no. He reawakened, and there's got to be a way I can reawaken too because I'm trying to get stronger. I'm tired of watching
I don't even
my
think
best
it's just a
head munched on.
My man lost everybody, bro.
Munched on.
He just that it was
lunched on AU. Lunched on AU
because he was good. He was good.
He was really good. He was when he brought the arm dude with the arms back, the giant. They got his arms ripped off,
and he was dead.
Yeah, he got his arms ripped off in a way that was so crazy.
A lot of tone.
It actually, and it's funny you said that. Not because of the Fire Force thing, but because I had a point that I was going to bring up at a later date. But it was just going to be I've been watching old school Naruto, and I'm on like rewatching the tuning exams, having fun with it. And I have a theory. Well, not a theory, but I have a thought. 10-10 losing to Tamari wasn't the most embarrassing loss of that tuning exam. It was the dude with the wind tunnel that lost to Shino. Because remember when Shino had his arms going like the wacky inflatable tube, man?
I hear you.
10-10 tried. So
here's the thing.
10-10 got worked. She got worked.
Body.
She got worked. I'm not gonna sit here and say she didn't get worked.
They could have that was an off-screen ass whooping.
See, and the funny thing was, apparently in the manga, it was off screen. They flipped the page, and then she was just on the fans. So you might have a point. But what I'm saying is just rewatching it, 10-10 was trying to beat Tamari. I think she just had a terrible matchup against Tamari. Because 10-10 was throwing out all her jutsus. She was like flying in the air, flinging stuff. She was raining down kunai.
You should be better than just summoning shit and throwing it.
Agreed.
So like,
you're not wrong.
You don't deserve to be a tuning or anything past that. If that's all you can do, you got to at least have the intellect to know what the fuck to do other than just sheer numbers of kunai and everything else.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
She's earned that ass whooping.
She's a trash ninja, and she earned that ass whooping. I'm
completely
get up close.
Get some hands in.
But I think the more embarrassing loss is my man turning into the wacky inflatable tube man. Because he thought he had Shino, and then he was like...
But Shino just outsmarted him, so I can respect that. This wasn't even like being outsmarted or anything. This was just light work.
It was light work for both of them, to be fair. It was light work for both of them. Shino and Tamari. That was because Tamari never broke a sweat and Shino never broke a sweat. But
he didn't break a sweat, but like he had strategy and whatnot behind what he was going on. Like he had his arm wrapped up, bandaged still. He was going for a strategy.
Yeah.
Bro, 10-10 was just shooting shit.
Yeah, but I mean, don't you want to go down, shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. 10-10
she took 1,000
and lost. And I'm cool with 10-10 taking 1,000 shots and losing.
10-10 losing is the worst loss in all of Naruto. Like in the way she did, that is the worst loss in all of Naruto.
I don't know if it's the worst, but it's definitely top 5, maybe even top 3.
You're gonna have to tell me what's worse than that at a later date, but.
The only one that comes to mind, and it's the sure embodiment of them, Sasuke trying to run up on the Kages, and the Kages trying to run up on... That was
embodiment. Sasuke did okay for what he survived, and that's a feat.
Okay.
It's a feat in itself. He survived.
Okay.
And he survived.
And the Kage is going after Madara.
And plot armor. So, like, realistically speaking.
Plot armor too. But I had the Kage
going after Madara. He also didn't even survive on his own. Like, Madara or Obito had to come in and save him.
They had to get him out of there. No, they had to get him out of there.
They had to get him out of there. He was like, yeah, this nigga gonna die. He's like, yeah, he might have been off more he could chew here.
Right, Kage hit him with that Larry. He was like, oh,
bro. Bro, stupid ass Uchiha.
Oh my god!
Speaking of Naruto, something that popped up on Insta.
Yeah,
I think you sent me. I want to discuss pretty briefly. Someone said that the Sasuke retrieval arc out of the big three is the worst. Not that it's bad, but it is the worst of the big three's retrieval arcs.
In the big three, okay, I remember saying that too. So it was Sasuke retrieval arc in Naruto.
Yep.
It was
Robin retrieval arc.
And
it was Rukia retrieval arc.
And a Rukia retrieval arc.
Whew, they had heat, yo. The big three had heat.
I agree with that statement, though. If I ranked those, if I got to rank them, I put Enies Lobby 1, I put Rukia retrieval arc 2, and I put Sasuke retrieval arc 3.
I'm going to put Rukia's retrieval arc 1, and that's not biased. I know it may come off as biased, but
okay, Mr. Bleach.
It's not biased strictly because I think that was the first time we got Ichigo's Bankai, so we had a whole nother level of excitement with that.
Fair.
Not only that, he showed up clean as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Bro, he showed up he showed up clean as fuck. What bandaged Ichigo is always gonna be that guy. It was just dope. We got to see a little bit of just so many things, and it's just a good progression. Like that retrieval arc also brought about one of the biggest mind fucks. Aizen being like,
oh yeah, Aizen being the villain.
Bro, Aizen being the villain was huge. Yeah. We got to see, old man Yamamoto fight a little bit, and just niggas can't even being able to breathe. There's like, if you don't get this whelp out of here, like
whelp is crazy.
You are a baby. You can't even breathe next to me. Like that arc was just so fire. We got Yoruichi fine ass out here in the mix, mixing it up. Like I just wanted to say she fine. I just want to throw that out there.
That's fine. We can always allow that. Always gotta allow that.
Listen.
So let me give you the flip side of why I think Enies Lobby is the number one, because Enies Lobby for me is the moment that we look at the Straw Hats as being a serious contender for the next step in their maturation period as the world. They have the whole, because remember, it starts out when they get there.
Same can be said about Ichigo going to Bankai.
Agreed.
Well, go ahead. Yep.
Agreed. But they get to Enies Lobby. They lose track of Robin because Robin's getting ready to get grabbed. Frankie comes in and beats Usopp's nose every which way but straight.
He beat the fuck out of Usopp.
Then we end up losing the Going Merry. We end up having the massive fight between between Luffy
Usopp and
Usopp.
Shout out to Usopp, because I rewatched that shit. He held his own, man.
He did.
What you will, he held his own.
So, and also one thing that as a part of that exchange going between the Usopp Luffy fight that I think gets lost in the sauce sometimes is when Luffy was like, yo, then he could just leave, and Zoro laid into him. It was like, bro, if that's how we gonna do this, ain't no crew. Having Zoro be the voice of reason in that moment,
conflict within the crew was huge.
It was massive, because it's got to be, yo, if we're really gonna do this shit, we really got to do it.
This ain't no game.
Yeah, this isn't a game, bro. Our lives are on the line.
Usopp think this shit a game, and he definitely thought this shit was a game. He's gonna take him back. Nah, bro.
Thank you.
No,
so
with respect.
So that's a major plot point for the Straw Hats in general. Not to mention Soka King coming in being iconic, and then the moment shoot down that flag, which to this day is one of the greatest moments in all of
anime. I think it. No, it's not like, I'm not saying it's like top 5 greatest moments in all of anime or something like that, but it is one of the most great. It's one of the greatest moments in anime for sure. So King shoot down that flag is just one of the most memorable moments in anime. I think it's very in all of One Piece. I'm gonna say it's top 3, because the walk to Arlong Park was clearly number 1. That made you a Straw Hat.
So we're talking pre. We got to be talking time skip.
Yes.
Okay, pre-time skip. The walk to Arlong Park. We got to put Ace's death in there. It has to be.
We do.
Ace's death got to be in there. I'm trying to think what else. Let's see. Shoot down that flag. Because there's the Alabasta one. There's not there's great moments in Alabasta.
There's great moments in Alabasta. None of them hit that hard. Don't say Vivi yelling off the top of fucking thing.
No, but
she was actually really annoying. I love Vivi still, but she was really annoying.
You'll never make me hate Vivi. But
I'm not saying I love Vivi, but she was really annoying after that.
You'll never make me say she was annoying. I love Vivi.
She was crying every time she was on screen.
So I got one for you that although it may not be one of those memorable moments pre-time skip of One Piece, it's a moment that if all people who love One Piece look at this moment and get that emotional feel. Chopper with the flag.
Yes, I love Chopper
waving
with the flag.
Chopper waving the flag.
Yes.
Waving the flag, bro. I want to be like, come on, bro.
It was a good
Chopper
moment.
waving the
flag.
Moment. That's a great pre-time skip moment.
Great pre-time skip moment, but I don't think it's comparable to the other three we mentioned. Personally. It's great. It's in the conversation. I just think those first three are
not better. We said
heavier.
We said Ace dying. We said shoot down that flag. And what was the third one?
And we said
the walk to Arlong Park. The walk to Arlong Park. Okay.
The walk to Arlong Park is what made people a Straw Hat.
Yeah, no. Okay. I'm okay. I'm actually okay with that. I'm trying to think if we're missing any. Pre-time skip. Because nothing from Thriller Bark gonna be there. I mean, Luffy punching out the Celestial Dragon.
That's up there. I think that's in the realm of like Chopper like area. You know what I mean? It's up there, but it's not those first three that we mentioned.
So we tear them.
That celestial punch was like everything for sure. To this day, love it. He earned that, and somebody needed to do it.
Do it again.
Do it again. Gatling guns.
Do a flip. Okay, so if we tier this, tier 1 from pre-time skip, Ace's death, shoot down that flag, walk to Arlong Park.
Yes.
Tier 2, Chopper waving the flag, the punch on the Celestial Dragon.
And we don't have any other thing else. So as of right now, but yeah. So
the Going Merry, losing the Going Merry,
losing the Going Merry.
Those got to be 3. Those got to be the 2 tier right there.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can make the argument the Going Merry could be in tier 1.
Could be tier 1.
You can
Going Merry could be tier 1. There was a lot that happened with the Going Merry being left behind and also like going on its way. Going Merry saying thank you for everything was just like that was a gut buster.
We needed One Piece to go away for a little while so that we can come back and feel good about it. Because I feel good about One Piece. I'm coming back.
To get back to the topic at hand, if you make the argument that the Enies Lobby, retrieval arc for Nami is number 1, I respect that.
Robin, but yes.
Oh, sorry, my fault, because that was Arlong Park for Nami. I can respect it. I can understand the argument. I'm gonna say maybe they're equal. Bleach, Enrique's retrieval arc versus the Nico Robin Enies Lobby one. But at minimum, we can both agree that Sasuke's retrieval arc was not the best one.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's number 3. It's firmly number 3. And it's not a shade
firmly.
to it. Not
a shade, because it was fire.
This is great. It is.
We thought Choji died. We thought Neji died. Like, we thought motherfuckers was dead.
I definitely thought Choji died.
Oh, I definitely thought Choji was dead.
Choji died. I definitely thought Neji
Honestly,
died.
if they killed Choji, I think it would have made the arc probably better.
One thing for that arc that doesn't get me as gassed as some other people, Kimimaro. I'm not a big Kimimaro guy. I've never been a big Kimi. Like, I think the Kekkei Genkai is okay, but I'm not a big Kimimaro guy.
So here's the thing. I think the Kekkei Genkai is okay. Kimimaro was just fucking extremely skilled.
And sick.
Extremely sick, as well as extremely skilled for his age. Kimimaro was just an absolute monster. Like, you don't have Orochimaru saying, I want you, without you being some type of, like,
beast with no neck.
Like, 100%. So, I think that's what it was. I would have loved to have seen Kimimaro develop. That would have been cool, personally.
The only things that stand out to me from that arc, and I'm being honest, and this isn't, again, not a shade to everyone, because everyone has those. Rock Lee's return in the Drunken Fist. Gaara and the other Sand Ninjas showing up.
And then with that Rock Lee, yes.
And then obviously Naruto versus Sasuke.
Yes.
That's that arc. That's all we get out of that arc.
Yes. Let's not be disrespectful. The fights between, the sound ninja were good. They were good.
They were good.
They were good.
Not in a way that I would compare.
I didn't really like the Kimimaro fight that much, personally. I thought that was the weakest one.
No,
and
the best one is Lee being drunk. That's the best part about it. Lee's drunk.
I mean, Gaara coming through to save him was fire. But I'll say Kimimaro's fight was maybe not the worst. Y'all gonna hate me. Kiba's fight was the worst. Kiba's fight is definitely the worst.
Kiba fought which one of the sound?
The two
Neji
brothers.
Neji fought the spider.
The two brothers that were deep inside of each other and shit. Like that was a weak ass fight.
Choji and Neji.
Choji's fight was fire. Neji's fight was fire.
Yeah, Choji and Neji had the best fights by far. Because Choji with the butterfly.
Choji with the butterfly, bro. To this day, Choji with the butterfly.
Yeah, Choji.
Oh my god, my boy.
We're not counting Sasuke Naruto. Choji might have the best fight of that return arc. He really might.
I'm gonna say Choji's fight had the most like hype, the most like attachment and feeling to it for me because we really thought he was dead. Neji, we weren't sure. Choji said, if I eat this, I'm gonna die. And then he got skinny and he was fire. He had the big ass chakra coming out his fucking back. Like, come on.
Trapeze is back
fire.
Trapeze is back muscles.
He had that Baki.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah. But anyways, I think I would definitely firmly say that was the worst of those. Not to say that it was bad. I love the Sasuke retrieval arc.
Yo, let me ask you this, because we could take a quick pause on the anime.
Yeah, switch gears.
Let's switch gears real quick, because we've talked about it, all throughout the season. We got the finale of Invincible last week. I am so happy that we got to see Conquest. AU, I talked to you a little bit afterwards. A couple days have gone by. I know you were stressed afterwards. How you feeling now that you've had some time to marinate? With it a little bit, but a little barbecue sauce on it. How you living?
That was the most stressful episode of something I've seen animated wise in a very long time. I can't remember the last time I was like, there is no hope.
Last time when I talked to you last week, you said the only thing animated wise that you've watched that had you get that feeling was AOT. Attack on Titan.
The last time I remember when I was like, there was no hope, like truly straight up, was like Attack on Titan for sure. And I'm talking about like early Attack on Titan. I was like, there's no hope for these people.
We still get lunched on. They try to kill these like random.
This is terrible. Yes. Like I can't even, bro. Just kill me. I can't live with that, bro. That is nightmare fuel. Like, so AOT shock factor wise, that is the last time I think I didn't really think about it too much. I'm pretty sure there are other things that I can think of where it's like there's no hope for sure. But off the top of my head, AOT was definitely the last time I can remember thinking like there is no hope. So just to get to this fucking, because Jesus, I'm still processing everything. Fuck Cecil.
Bro, no. Don't do that. Cecil's got a job, and Cecil's very good at his job. Now, granted, I'm not going to sit here.
Cecil could be wrong. I feel like you think Cecil can't do no fucking wrong, and like even if it plays out that Cecil is right about doing what he's doing, it is still the wrong choice because the risk reward, I don't see it. I can't see it.
So I'm gonna talk to you.
This nigga gets healed up, breaks the fuck out. I can guarantee you nobody stops him this time.
So
he's first and foremost, he's just gonna rip Eve's head off. That's not happening again.
Yo.
And this time, he ain't gonna slowly stretch Oliver out. He is gonna Mortal Kombat rip Oliver's spine out of his body. He might eat it.
I'm so happy that we are here now to see Conquest, because Conquest is definitely a character who, when I read it, I loved Conquest, because Conquest is just what he is. He ain't got a name for a reason, bro, because he got one job and that's all he know how to do is to be I conquer things. That's all I do. That's me. That's what I came here for.
My man said, he whispered it, said, take that to your grave.
Coldest part of the episode for me.
Oh my God.
Coldest part of the episode, because having the wherewithal for Conquest in that situation to have that conversation and to sit there and be like, look, bro, I ain't got no friends, man. They scared of me.
If there is anyone stronger than him, and there has to be, And my assumption is that there's probably like one other person stronger than Conquest.
Okay.
And that gotta be the nigga leading the Viltrumites. And that's why Conquest is sad, because he's like, damn, I can't even beat this nigga, so what the fuck am I gonna do? I ain't got no
all
choice.
scared of me, bro. What you, I just wanted to go outside and play. They scared of me. So like him.
Well, he is outside playing. He is outside playing. The problem is he play in a different way.
So he plays.
He don't even politic. There's like, at least I feel like with every, like there is no humanity in him anymore.
No, please
say what you will. The Viltrumites to some degree still come to each planet with a, maybe it's disingenuous, but they still come with a level of humanity in which, like, whatever planet they go to, the people or whatever you want to call them of that planet, they can at least level-headedly think things out. You get what I'm saying? They get to think about shit. Yeah.
They give you the chance.
Even if it's disingenuous, they still provide them with a level of like, okay, I can see the benefits. This doesn't sound all too bad. We are getting conquered, but like, you know, they're giving us a chance. They're giving us an opportunity. This motherfucker just shows up and destroys everything. And drinks it. And drinks their blood.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I love my hands to be bathed in the warmth of blood. Like, it's great.
Bro, he said to Oliver, he said, you starting to feel that, huh? He said, that's your muscles starting to tear. And he said, do you feel that? He said, that's your vertebrae starting to separate. And he said, if you really focus, you can even feel your skin stretch.
You know, the focus part for me was it because Oliver started crying because that joint hurt.
Yes.
He was like, I know you hurting right now, but just focus on his skin right now.
I think he made it even worse for him, and that's how diabolical he is. I don't think Oliver even knew how much pain he was in until he really focused him in. He said, listen here, this is how you feel this pain. Okay, I've done this before. Let me guide you through this, okay?
I've done this before. Not because I've done this before.
Basically.
So I want to go back to the Cecil point real
quick.
He
said, I stand by it. I stand by it.
I want to go back to the Cecil point real quick.
Fuck Cecil.
Listen. I think that Cecil, once again, is very good at his job to the point of his job is protecting the entire planet. Not a country, but the planet. And so if you have an opportunity to potentially get information and also have an opportunity to have a, because I'm not going to sit here acting like, oh yeah, we can flip conquest. No, we're not talking about that. But like, you get an opportunity to get some type of leg up in any way. All Cecil sees is the meteor hurtling towards Earth. And he trying every which way to be like, look, we about to get hit with this meteor. I need to try something because we gonna get hit with the shit anyway.
Now, I would like to give you a counter. I would like to give you a counter suit.
All right, what you got?
Someone with a reasonable fucking level-headed opinion here, because clearly you are Cecil fucking biased. You have your head so far up this man's ass.
Yo,
I am thinking as a human right now.
This was one of my favorite characters.
I'm thinking of this from. He's a great character. Don't misunderstand. I respect Cecil. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with Cecil. Listen, I'm putting this from the perspective of like, if I was a human on the planet of where this shit is happening in this universe, if I was a human, I would shoot Cecil in his face. Because
yo, you can't miss gotta miss the skin. That's the only skin he got left. What you mean?
I don't he's not gonna have a brain left fucking with me. Because you talking about meteors. The Viltrumites coming is Galactus. Conquest is the meteor. He's a herald of Galactus. And you kept that alive. Y'all barely won. And the only reason y'all won is because he was really playing with his food.
That and Eve
No. Because if he wasn't playing with his food, he would have just killed Eve.
Fair, and he would have just killed Mark.
I can guarantee you, if Conquest wakes the fuck up, there will not be an opportunity for anybody to do any of that shit. There will be no Phoenix X-Men reawakening for Eve. She's going to die.
So and that's
he's gonna drink her.
So I was talking
like a straw in her eyeball. Like I don't know. He might do something like that.
Bro, where you even get a strong enough straw to do that? Like you just
he'll figure it out. He's gonna get a fucking bamboo shoot and just like, I don't know. He'll think of something. He's creative.
Bamboo shoot is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So, like, we talked about this a little bit after I chatted with you after you finished watching the episode last week. One thing that was really interesting, and I thought they've executed this well, because again, as somebody who read it and understands and remembers the feeling of, bro, what the fuck? What is happening? Like, I get that a lot coming across the screen, and I know it was about to happen. A part of me doesn't remember exactly how we got there, but I remember how we got there. I love the fact that they are doing such a justice of making you feel the same thing you felt in the comics that you're feeling watching it. And I think part of that also helps with the storytelling aspects and the delivery systems they're using. Because I remember when Eve got her special, it was very surprising to a lot of people. Like, why are they giving Eve a special? I mean, all right, cool. But getting her backstory.
Oh, I knew that led to something. There's no way you get a special and don't like.
But now we don't have to waste an episode about it during the season. Now we don't got to give Eve her own random thing. Like, it's a general episode that do by themselves. I think back to, like, remember that season of Stranger Things? When they gave 11 her own random episode. She found her sister. It was like completely different from the story, and they just dropped you in. The biggest thing that was said about that episode,
precursor to everything else.
Exactly. Now, while that episode was good, the biggest criticism that came in that episode was that it threw off the flow that had already been established for the season. Because you're in the flow, you're here, you're waiting, and now, hey, we're over here, side mission. Like, I don't want to see the side mission while I'm already in the shit. So this gave you an opportunity now to have Eve's character as a standalone episode, long-form episode, so we flush her out. Because Eve, as you were very well now becoming to understand, Eve is a very important character in this show. Not just because she's his arm candy and like, oh, bro.
We knew she was strong, but we didn't, like, I knew she was strong, and bro, I don't think everybody else realized how strong she was.
Her jaw was like up here, and like.
I mean, Ancient Levy lived, so I can understand her living.
Fair.
Speaking of the no hope shit that I said earlier, wasn't even just about Conquest being here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if Viltrumites are the biggest threat.
Oh yeah, the Sequids.
The Sequids are the biggest threat to the universe.
Yep. Yeah, you want to join the hive mind? You want to join the hive mind, AU?
It'll be fun. Here's the thing. No one's strong enough. You know what I mean? The Sequids can't beat anybody that they can't, obviously, feast on their brain matter. But even the Viltrumites have to look at the Sequids as like the biggest threat in the universe. Because guess what? They can't conquer shit if the Sequids take over everything.
The funny thing that you said, and it made me think when you said what's it called? They brain matter. All I thought was a bone crusher.
Bone crusher.
Now the plasma is syrup.
I knew you were gonna say that shit.
The plasma is oozing out of your cerebellum, bro. That is exactly what the Sequids be doing. Cause like they definitely be like, what's it called? Not Hypnotoad. What's the alien from Futurama?
Yes.
Green joint that just be.
That's what it is, though. That's exactly what it is. He's like, oh.
Yeah, bro. And so like having that slow burn for the next season, and I'm interested to see where they go first, because they lined up a bunch of parallel storylines.
I have no idea.
I had no idea where they're gonna go first.
And the problem is, it's all geared towards Earth, and it's like, nigga, they can't defend this.
No, bro, you forgot. Don't
Ancient Levy, Sequids. The
dragon dude got reawakened. Don't forget, he not dead.
Wait, dragon dude, Dark Blood.
No, not Dark Blood. But
I forgot about Dark Blood. And this is why I said fuck Cecil. Because, hold on, before we even talk about whatever dragon motherfucker you talking about, this nigga's like, Dark Lord, I found a suitable host for you to actually take on. And he's like, this host has a level of strength we haven't seen in eons. It could only be Conquest.
So
imagine the Dark Lord, whoever the fuck this motherfucker is. There's
So here's the thing, and I read up on that because I told you I don't remember that in the comics. It's because it wasn't there. This is going to be its new own original story that they're adding in.
Even worse.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're going with that. So I'm with you. I'm along for the ride with that.
This is crazy. This is diabolical.
But I want to say it was Loud.
All right, who is Dragon Blood?
The dude that was dealing with Mahershala Ali's character, the Rock dude that always be playing Invincible, the gangster who always be playing Invincible. And remember, they was fighting at the prison. They was trying to get
the dude out. Who is like basically Kunlun, fucking like dragon level like threat.
Liu Kang, but yes, went him the one. So remember, his spirit got brought.
Yeah, it got brought back.
So we know he not dead, and I ain't gonna lie to you. It's very similar to what you're saying about Conquest. If you think you gonna kill me, you gonna betray me, you better make sure you kill me.
Kill me.
Make sure I'm dead.
Yeah,
we'll kill the bloodline. You got to end the bloodline. If you don't end the bloodline, they gonna come back after.
I hear what you're saying. I don't think he's that big of a threat. Now, here's the reason why I say that.
Okay,
someone strong enough to crack that dragon, they could find him. I feel like, you know what I mean. Like, I just think Mark wasn't strong enough, or he wasn't fighting as hard as he could to beat that thing. Did it come back? Yes, it's clearly invincible. Like, it's clearly like unbeatable. You got to find the host type deal. I don't think he's as big of a threat as like the other things that I've seen.
He's a big enough threat so here's the thing. He's a big enough threat that with everything else going on, this is one of those like, all right, we got to kind of deal with this a little bit, or else like it's still going to exist after we get finished with all the other threats here. So like, I think about it like that. But one thing I mentioned to you about the entire season, because now I want to kind of zoom out and look at the whole Invincible season, because I think the season was amazing. This is the best season I think they've had since season maybe 1 or 2. Season. It was a really strong season. So I think the purpose of this entire season, and we talked about it before, was getting to the point for Mark to say, all right, sometimes I might just have to take somebody out. Sometimes people just got to go. And you had a really good thought about that, of like being sad to see that having to happen. Like, I feel my thought is, although it is sad to see Mark get to that point, sometimes it has to be done. So Oliver was right. Mark getting to that point of saying
Oliver was wrong.
I think
Oliver went too far.
But he doesn't mean he wasn't right.
Yes. I mean, like, he was wrong in how far he would go. Oliver just like, let me just kill any and everybody.
Yes.
There were no limits to it. So that's where Oliver was wrong.
But then you just put a fence up. You put a fence up. You cage it in a little bit.
But it's hard to do, and that's the thing. But to your point, he is right. He's more right than he's wrong. I'll give you that one. He's more right than he is wrong. The way he's going about it, I think, is wrong. Like, he would just kill anybody.
The universe has gotten to
He was wrong about killing the Maulers.
He was wrong about killing the Maulers because the Maulers gave up.
Yes.
That's why he was wrong about killing the Maulers. Because the Maulers gave up. The Maulers knew, hey, look, even though you know they're going to keep trying to get out and they're going to be the Maulers, they
really just be the Maulers.
Yeah, they knew they lost. They knew they're just the Maulers. Like, it's okay. You have to get to a point in understanding with Invincible, and also understanding with the way Oliver looks at the world. There is enough threat level that we can't just throw everybody in jail. Sometimes people got to make sure that you can't come back and cause more harm, because you are going to do that. Now, granted, there are levels.
You just got to be able. That's gonna say you got to be able to distinguish which motherfuckers got to go.
There's
which
levels
motherfuckers
to it,
don't.
and there's risks to it. Which, again, to your point about Cecil, the risk is high. The risk is ridiculous.
Oh no, it's not even. You can't even calculate the risk to reward here.
I don't think you can calculate. It may not be worth it, but I think the thought process behind it of, I need to try every which angle. Oh, no stone left unturned to make sure I can figure out how we could save the planet.
You want to know how you do that? And I've been saying this shit nonstop. Start being honest with the motherfuckers that you have that are actually your biggest asset. You can't lie to the motherfuckers that like are the only way or only potential you have of doing anything. At this point, it's Invincible, obviously, and it's Eve. And it's unfortunately, it's the Guardians of the Globe too, because that's all you have. You know that there is impending doom. Lying to them and causing disarray between them because of your lies does you a disservice completely, and it does the world a disservice if you are truly trying to save the world. They need to be filled in, because guess what? If everybody loses, there is no world to save, Cecil.
I think that, to your point, they do need to know more. They don't need to know everything. I think Cecil is
what else is there to actually know about?
because, and we've seen this, Cecil will be the asshole. He'll make the tough choice that nobody else will like. If they're in on it, if other heroes are in on it, and they know Cecil's kind of mulling this idea, they'll stop him from trying to make the right choice because
but Cecil,
of the morality of it.
But that's where you have to have and this is where you got to trust in Cecil and having his contingency plan. And having things secret, and we're like, okay, I'm telling you about this. This is happening. You can't stop me because I got this motherfucker, fucking 50 miles away somewhere underground, and only I know where the fuck it is. They're not gonna torture Cecil.
I know.
And that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna torture him. They're not gonna kill him. It's just about being honest about it.
Donald knows too. Donald knows.
But we've seen Donald go against Cecil. Donald gonna have Cecil back for sure, but
more so than anybody else.
More so than anybody else, but I think also Donald is the way I think Cecil should be playing it.
In which way? What do you mean?
For example, Donald going to during that moment where Donald was giving them information about some shit that Cecil didn't want to give them. I forgot what it was.
Oh, they were on the roof. Yeah, they were on the roof. They were on the roof. Yep.
And he came through and he pulled up and he's like, I just want to let you know this. Cecil doesn't know I'm here. Type deal. Like, there has to be a Donald too, because there is too much. Like, Cecil keeps too much. Like, dude, if everything is destroyed, it doesn't matter, Cecil. It doesn't matter. You have to start trusting and giving them information enough so they're prepared.
But his job isn't to trust people. His job is to put us being the world in the best situation to survive.
And the best way to do that is to have everybody on the same page. Guess what?
The best way to do it is to do it Cecil's way, because we still here.
No, it's not. Guess what? Guess what? You know how many superheroes and everything died because Cecil caused disarray between them, the Guardians of the Globe? If they were together, Rexplode don't die. I'm gonna keep that a buck.
Does Rexplode die if they're together?
No. Mark is there. Everyone's together. Everyone's together.
I would say he won't die, but it's more of a they don't get
things don't go that bad.
1v6 out of that.
Exactly.
1v6.
Things look like much better for everyone if they're together, cooperating together, and things are not in disarray.
They still lose though.
Even if they lose, they don't lose as bad.
I don't know if I could say that.
I don't think so, dude.
Enough marks come together. If they got a big enough team, they had enough marks out of the Mark Viltrumite, not Viltrumite War, but the what's it called war? The War of Marks, I guess. I think they get put in a situation where they still get taken out, because I mean, Shapesmith, remember, got ripped to shreds by one of them. So it's not a matter of the bodies that are there.
But that is also because guess what? That was one mark against 3 people.
Yes, but if you got in a situation, if you got 9 of them, it's not going to be just one mark. It's probably going to be 2 of them.
But that wasn't their job. Their job was to go and find marks. So they were split up no matter what. So if one mark come at a time, it's a wrap. That's easy. That's light work. Even if 2 marks come, 2 marks don't beat all of them with Mark there.
Not with
they just don't. That's what I'm saying. The disarray that ended up being caused by Cecil's actions caused more damage than it did good.
But Mark was never a part of the Guardians of the Globe in the same way.
Yes, he was.
Not in the way
he was working for Cecil.
He was working for Cecil. He was working for
Cecil. You a part of the Guardian? He even said it verbatim. He was like, "I'll do what you want." He said, "I will follow orders, whatever it was." And he was. He genuinely was up until Cecil lied to him. His best friend almost died. His best friend's boyfriend became a I don't know what the fuck he became. Mm-hmm. He's less than Donald, if you ask me personally.
He got more. No, I don't think he's less than Donald.
I feel like because
Donald's a head, bro. Donald's a brain at this point.
Yes, but Donald is still Donald in personality and everything else. This motherfucker don't even have his same personality. He's not even exactly the same person.
He's the same person, but with new trauma built in. I'll say this though. Cecil was right to have D.A. Sinclair working on the Reanimen, because without the Reanimen, they would have everything is so much worse without the Reanimen being there, because at the very least, the Reanimen could just be fodder.
Yes,
at the very least, they can be fodder. So
100%.
in the simple action of, and we talked about this before, was Cecil a little bit quick on the trigger with Mark? Possibly, yes.
He should never do that shit in the first place.
I can't say he would never. I can't say that, because again, Cecil's in the place where Mark is the strongest superhero on the planet. Mark can kill him quicker than Cecil could do anything else. He could kill him quicker than anything else.
Okay, guess what? And you lose your biggest asset. Let's say
that Mark is not going to turn into his father,
and
which is where I say, okay, I could see Cecil maybe being a little quick on the trigger. But having the trigger in place, absolutely not. You have to have it in place.
No,
you gotta have it in place.
Let's say that stunt is what creates the Mark of this universe to be a Mark from the other universes. That one trigger.
Fair. But it didn't.
Why wouldn't it?
It
didn't. However, but I'm saying we're talking about what ifs here. But like, however, we know what Cecil's actions have done.
But I also
Cecil's actions have caused more damage than they have done good.
But I think that's a calculated risk Cecil was willing to take. Like he has a calculated
Obviously,
risk.
He's willing to take it. So you can make a calculated risk to also trust the people. Because if you lose Mark, guess what? You got nothing.
But he took the calculated
risk. Reanimate ain't stopping. No fucking Viltrumite that comes.
He took the calculated risk, and he said it at the end of the season.
And he lost.
No, but he said it at the end of the season. Was like, yo, dude, we're still on the same side. Like, even though we don't see eye to eye, we're still on the same side in this fight. And I think the calculated risk that Cecil took, specifically with the Mark earpiece situation, was regardless of what he did, Cecil never believed Mark was going to kill him. To the point of, I can do this to him and he still won't kill me.
Then guess what? Then you should have never did that in the first place. And that's what I'm saying. We have the hindsight to know that Cecil was wrong. We literally have the hindsight to know Cecil was wrong.
I don't think the thought process was wrong. I don't.
But
I don't think
it doesn't matter if the thought process was wrong. You're talking about the past. You're talking about where we are right now in terms of Invincible.
Okay.
And he was wrong.
But you have to have somebody in that position that is willing to make that thought, have that thought process, make those tough decisions, be the person that's going to be the asshole in the room.
Because you can't be one-sided if you're going to be the only person. If you are taking the pure sole responsibility of trying to save the world, you don't get to think just one way. The same way he keeps telling Mark don't get to think one way, neither does Cecil.
I think that Cecil, at the end of the day, is trying to do what he thinks is best for the planet. And I also think he's trying to make sure that at the end of the day, the only thing over Mark, over himself, over the other Guardians of the Globe, over every other superhero on this planet, is to make sure that this big blue ball keeps spinning, and no matter what has to be done in order to make that happen, people aren't going to like it, people are going to hate him for it, people are not going to be happy about the situation. But you got to have somebody who is not only not afraid to make those tough choices, but is going to willingly do it because they believe the outcome and the risk is going to be worth the reward. Now, granted, I will meet you halfway on the
I agree with you.
I'll meet you halfway on the
wrong.
I'll meet you halfway.
We've seen him be wrong.
Yeah, but we've also seen him be right.
And where?
That's why it's a risk.
Where?
What do you mean where? He always knew Omni-Man was no good. The first time he saw Omni-Man, he was like, bro, I know this bull. I know this is BS. There's no way in the world.
Okay, he's right in that regard. Okay,
we let him help
for sure.
So Cecil has that situation. We have other instances where Cecil had the what's it called? He had the giant kaiju ready to fight fight Omni-Man. He had the
But nobody ever questioned if that was a bad idea or not.
Bad idea in the way of what? That he captured a giant kaiju?
We didn't capture it. It was dead. He brought it back to life and used it as a weapon.
So I think. So do you think the reanimate? Let me ask you this: do you think the reanimate is a good decision?
Yes. However, my question was my issue with Cecil. It is not about if what he's doing is right or wrong. It's about his honesty level about it when there is a much bigger threat. You should not be causing issues within your fucking household, aka Earth, when you know you're trying to do everything to save it. Causing disarray within the household when there is an impending doom on multiple fronts does not do anyone good. That's counteractive to what you're trying to do.
So you're saying you would rather have Cecil come clean about all things to the Guardians of the Globe, to Mark, make sure everything's on the up and up, and we fight on a unified front, knowing there are going to be times where Cecil has to be the asshole in the room, and they've got to be okay with him being the asshole in the room. Do you trust?
Even if they're not okay with it. Even if they're not okay with it. He's got it.
But my fear is...
But there is an honesty level about it.
But if but they can stop him from doing the asshole thing. Because if Mark had his choice, Mark would have stopped him from creating the Reaniman. And they need the Reaniman. They do. So that's my point, is that you can't tell Mark, hey, by the way, D.A. Sinclair, he's still cool. We got him coming over, working on some military project, science project thing. I hope you're okay with it. No.
I bet you Mark wouldn't say that shit if it came to fucking save his life.
But Mark would have never gotten to the point of letting that be the chance.
And again, this is where Cecil is Cecil, and like he's great about it. He keeps you don't have to tell the whole truth. You gotta give some truth.
And that's what I think he does. I don't think he lies.
He doesn't give anybody shit.
He don't blatantly lie. He be giving you something.
Bro, he don't give you anything.
Listen,
if Mark wasn't so taken aback by the Reaniman and Darkwing coming aboard, I don't think there's that much disarray.
I mean, I think
meet him halfway. Say, listen, these things will never be utilized unless they have to be. Darkwing could stay in jail until we need him.
But he didn't want Darkwing to stay in jail.
I understand, but guess what? Mark isn't going to go and break in and kill Darkwing. Mark ain't going to kill nobody, because you have to play on the fact that you know who Mark is, and clearly I guess he doesn't, because he didn't know Mark enough to put something in his brain and fry it. So like that's what I'm saying. There's levels of trust that he has to be able to provide to people in order to keep things in house. Like truly, if he really wants to have a control on things, he also have to give a little something in order to have control. You can't take everything away from your fucking children and expect them to love you.
Yeah, but I don't think Cecil's that's the point. Cecil don't care about love. Cecil's in the point where he don't care about anybody loving him. He cares about making the right choice.
I didn't say love in terms of like, he wants people to love him. I just meant in the sense of like, there is a level of something you have to give in order to make sure things run smoothly. And if you want a happy household and whatever, it don't got to be love, but you're going to have to give your kids something, or they're going to run away, or they're going to cause havoc in your house.
Nah, but that's my point, is I don't think he cares. He cares about the end all be all. Do they got a house?
Do
they got a house? But do they got a house?
They won't have a house. No.
That's what I'm saying. They won't have a house. He's doing the decisions. They still got one now. They still got one. The blue ball's still spinning.
Not of his ilk. He did nothing to keep that shit going.
He came and saved Oliver, and he brought back Eve and got her some help. Conquest rips all the stuff off, but I mean, these are
so that's my point. So therefore, everything he did was irrelevant, because guess what? It didn't stop shit.
Because Conquest is at a point where you can't stop. But I think at the end of the day, Cecil is the kind of character that not only has to be in place to make the tough decisions, he's got to be there to be them. Again, you could be the good guy, or you could be the guy that saves the world. And to be the guy that saves the world, you got to hold things close to your chest.
I agree with that. That's why I say give some truth and not all the truth. You don't have to tell everybody where you're creating the Reaniman. You don't have to tell people where Darkwing is being housed. You don't have to tell people where Conquest is being housed. But I can guarantee you right now, even if I was Mark, I'm dead serious, and at this point, because you've lied to me too many times, and I find out Conquest is alive, I'm killing Cecil. So, I'm ripping his head off, and I'm stepping on it. There is no coming back. You're not putting your brain in a body. We're not cloning nobody. I'm ripping Cecil's head off. I'm killing him.
So let me ask you,
because he's not good for anything anymore.
Let me ask you this, because I think the one example of Cecil I'm gonna say the one example, but an example that can be done very well to prove my point is Cecil sometimes has to be that person. Going back to season 1, when Cecil could tell Damian Darkblood was figuring out Omni-Man killed the Guardians of the Globe. He could figure he was figuring it out. Cecil was trying to stop Darkblood from getting too close to the truth, and then ended up having to send Darkblood back to hell. Because in my head, if Cecil goes back and lets everybody other than Omni-Man know, hey, look, we might have to do an onslaught to kill Omni-Man because he went out and took out all the Guardians of the Globe, I think that it blows up in their face. Omni-Man finds out, and then we end up even in a worse situation than we ended up being.
But I agree with that one. And again, this is what I keep saying.
Hold it to your chest. Hold on. Not let anybody know.
Is holding to your chest in this instance, because like, why are we trusting a demon? Like, what the fuck? This is a demon.
Because Darkblood's the best freaking investigator that there is on the planet. He figured out. And he knew he was going to figure it out.
But the thing about that is there's levels to it. That's what I'm saying. It's like Cecil plays ball. Cecil keeps telling Mark he has to play ball. He got to be in the gray, but Cecil don't play in the gray. Cecil plays by whatever the fuck it is that he thinks is right, and that's his way. So he's doing
the results are there. The results are there.
Where? Bro, that's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing the result at the. But not of his doing.
I think in some way, shape, or form, Cecil has his little tentacles.
He has a part to play, but it's minuscule when you look back at everything hindsight 2020. He's not the one keeping anything fucking going.
He's not the physically strongest
He's trying his best
on the planet, but I think he and Robot are the two most intellectually smart
strategic
people
wise,
on the planet. To try and make sure Earth keeps spinning. It's Cecil and his well, I guess I call him Rex now. So
his name is Rex now.
Yeah, so Cecil and Rex.
But guess what? Rex don't do that shit. Rex don't do that. And Rex is more cold and calculated than Cecil.
Yeah, because he's learning.
And he still looks better than Cecil. He still operates in a manner that is better than Cecil.
But Cecil also has had the life experiences that Rex hasn't had to get to that point. That's my other
but a robot won't need life experiences. That shit is more
He's not
calculated.
He's not a robot no more.
But he still has robot tendencies in terms of like how he operates.
He got to break out of the robot.
Okay, that's fine. But Cecil ain't even trying to break out of shit. Cecil still think that he got to do whatever fuck he has to do to make things right, and it's good. It doesn't matter if there is no Earth to defend.
But did you die? The Earth is still here, so it's
not of his doing. Not of his doing.
It's still doing the thing, so I'm gonna keep letting it spin, bro. We can talk about this to the cows
for sure.
We definitely talk about this to the cows.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Overall, I will say this, and one last thing.
Cecil's a great character. I love Cecil. I just think he needs to give a little. He keeps too much to the vest for the people that he depends on to save the planet.
I will just say I love this season. I think
season.
It did a great job to raise the power levels, raise the stakes, introduce us to a
Battle Beast.
Love Battle more.
Love
Battle Beast. Love Battle Beast. So overall, I think it was a great season. I would snuggle it in between season 1 and season 2 because like it was an awesome season.
I'm gonna say it's the best season out. Great pacing. Okay. Great stakes. It furthered everything somehow. And I say there's no hope, but I still feel like, there's still so much to come, and it just gives me wanting so much more.
Season 1 for me is still the one, though, because like everything that the slow build up of Omni-Man wiping the floor with Mark and getting to that point where
shock factor was crazy.
And even and again, I'm not trying to go back on this, but what do you think was worse? Getting your head held as a train goes through and you see all the people, blah, blah, or going through a beach and your head go through and you see all the people, blah, blah, blah. I don't know which one was worse.
Second season 3's beach was worse for me, just strictly because I don't remember, but I saw children getting exploded on the beach.
Yeah, they got
so that one was harder for me. That one was harder for me because I get to see there were multiple instances of children just dying. Seeing children die is never like an easy thing to
fair
witness.
So we'll switch gears real quick because we got a couple more. Bro, I heard you finished Freerun. What you think about it? What you think about it? Now that you finished it and we're here in this room. Somebody in this room.
I'm gonna say one thing about it, and I don't want to go too deep to it because I know like we are like coming up on time. I still don't see where they're going in terms of like big boss villain or something like that. Okay. If that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I even need it to happen because I just love the journey as it is. If we keep getting the same thing that we're getting as of right now, I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied. Mm-hmm. I don't think they can keep that up for too long, if I'm being honest with you. Because it's too much of the same. I'm not saying there needs to be a conflict or something like that, but something has to occur that's going to shift the vibe a bit just to make sure that we're staying interested. There has to be conflict. Conflict breeds story, mm-hmm. And growth. So with that being stated, I don't see where they're going to go. I still don't see how the demons end up becoming like big boss villain again. Like I remember when you said that, oh, they said that there was increased activity and stuff. And yeah, but then there were people wiping them out too. So like I feel like the increased activity was just chaos because of the Demon King being dead. So factions arose and whatnot. But like as far as I know, at least from what I heard, they kind of killed all the
generals.
Yeah, the generals and shit. So I don't know where it's gonna go, and that's okay. But strong finish.
Very
strong finish to a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful season. I doubled down by saying this, at least that first season, if they ended it there, 1 of 1.
That's why you saw. I said it last week where I was like, "Yo, I'm good if they just like. I want more free win. I want more free win. But if it ended there, I'm cool."
Yes, there's definitely some closure I think that needs to occur for sure. I just want to see because the whole entire point of the journey was to get to the place where they can talk to the dead, and my guess is she wants to go talk to Himmel.
Of course, absolutely.
And so there's that. So obviously they can't end it, but if they somehow close it out with that first season and having that first season be the only season in terms of like almost like a ranking of Kings thing, I'd be satisfied. I'd be happy.
Well, I know we got a new season for Freeman coming up, so I'm interested to see exactly what they're going to toss into that. One thing that I will say that I'm really excited that we got a chance to finally get into a little bit here is you finally started watching Sakamoto Days, bro. I kept trying to tell you Sakamoto Days is one of them ones.
Yeah, but like you didn't have to tell me. It was just I knew I couldn't.
So
watch it weekly.
Is it one of them ones?
It's not one of them ones for me.
Okay,
but I truly, truly, truly enjoy it. I do not think I can enjoy it weekly. But as a straight binge, I love it. I love the series. I'm gonna definitely 100% give you that. It is very Gintama-esque in terms of like how it operates, and I really do love that. And I do think it's gonna make me want to get into Gintama now. So that's a big win. Because you've obviously been trying to get me into the Gintama vibe, and I think Sakamoto Days is the reason I'm probably gonna really get into it now. Sakamoto Days has the Gintama vibe. It's like Gintama meets Spy Family, but it's better than Spy Family. I can't say if it's better than Gintama because I'm not in Gintama's realm yet, but I do know that Gintama goes down as like one of the best of all time.
So I'm gonna put it to you like this. My brother had a very funny analogy one time where he said, "Always Sunny in Philadelphia" is the TV show.
I love that show.
Bro, we started watching that show. Is absolutely insane.
Bro,
we're somewhere in season 2.
It's so funny.
It's
so funny.
It's absolutely.
Wait until you get to the episode where they do the trip in the U-Haul.
Oh my gosh! I think I've seen a clip of that. I think somewhere. But my brother always said, "Always Sunny in Philadelphia" is basically Seinfeld on crack. And the way that I can say it to you is that Gintama is like Sakamoto Days on all the crack. Okay. Like all of it. One thing that I think that for me is one of the biggest things I loved about Sakamoto Days, and I'm finishing out the season. I think I have like an episode and a half left. But one thing that I'm happy that we can talk about here is Sakamoto as a character. Very, very interesting, strong, funny main character. I love the concepts of the powers that each assassin kind of has. Because everybody can do a little something, but nobody's really broken. He's the only one that's kind of broken, but everybody else got to do a little something. I
don't know, because like the Order, I think anybody in the Order right now can beat Sakamoto in a straight up fight.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, fine. The Order is also kind of busted. But like as far as the characters that we've been introduced with, that we've been rocking with for the first couple episodes, everybody kind of brings something to the table. That's what I like. I like that everybody can bring something to the table. Yeah. And like, I don't know about you, but Hardboiled was my guy. Hardboiled was such
I liked Hardboiled.
Hardboiled.
I liked Hardboiled. Hardboiled was fire. I liked Hardboiled. I liked Hardboiled a lot. But damn, boy, you felt that bad about him not remembering you?
See, my thing about it that was funny was the fact that he followed him around all that time.
Bro, and he thought they were friends. He was like, bro, we were taking baths together and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then for him to be like, yo, who's that guy? He's like, I don't know.
I would have been tight too. Like, bro, what you mean? I've been here this whole like with Ninja, bro. Like, come on, hey, bro. Like, I've been here this whole time. Look what you mean. So
I get his point, but like, Bro, it's been a long time, bro. You gotta let that one go.
I think Hardboiled was a great character that they introduced. I love the way that they are so smart about how they fight in Sakamoto days. I think back to when they were at the amusement park. They go on the roller coaster.
Oh, that was such a fun
can't
fight.
See, and now he's fighting them in the bunny costume.
Yeah,
he's listening to
Fire.
Everything Sakamoto.
That. I think, if I'm being honest, that was my favorite fight as of right now.
There
were so many layers to the whole entire fight, and I'm a sucker for like fighting behind the scenes to keep the peace for like a good day. That's obviously been done in anime before, but I just love it. I love it. Like making sure that the kids and the wife don't really see what's going on. Is to have a good day, stuffing niggas in bins and shit like behind the scenes. Is like shut the fuck out, shut the fuck out. When they roll through, they rolled through and pumped in the fucking trash. Basically carted him off so fast, bro. They shipped him off quick. Yeah. That was that was Amazon Prime overnight shipping, my boy. Yeah, so I think that was my favorite fight as of right now, because I thought there was just a layer of like creativity within the fight as well, just like in seeing his experience, because honestly, I wasn't understanding why he was supposed to be like an elite assassin until that fight. He recognized where he could hear Sakamoto and knew where he needed to go, even though he couldn't see. He recognized what he needed to do. That was fire. Loved the fight. Like it was dope. And I really, 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 there's another anime that does this, and I can't remember which anime it is, but I really, really love like how every person they beat just about ends up being like, you know what? I lost. Maybe Sakamoto's on to something. And it's like a little wholesome thing at the end, even though they were just trying to kill him.
Yo, perfect example. Right after that fight where dude was in a bunny suit and his daughter ran over to him and gave him a Band-Aid.
And gave him the Band-Aid.
And she's like, thank you for the show. And just ran away. It's just like, yeah, all right, cool. All right. I think Sakamoto Days so far has done something where it's brought in a wholesome element to it and a shonen action
very
style
serious
anime.
Kind of like thing.
And it feels like we're watching.
I mean, we've already seen it, but
but they execute it well. Just because it's already been
execute
done,
it better than you're gonna kill me. They execute it better than Spy Family.
I was gonna say you already said it. You already said it.
Yeah, they execute it better than Spy Family. I just think the pacing of it is just better. Like I feel like Spy Family gets lulled sometimes with the fillers and whatnot. And that there's nothing wrong with that. I like Spy Family. I like the pacing a little bit better of Sakamoto than I do Spy Family.
In Sakamoto Days, and to that point, as far as the pacing, I don't know if I can agree with you, but I can appreciate the opinion. But I think the pacing, and it feels like I said before, like an early 2000-y kind of anime. You know what I mean? It feels like I could come home from school and watch this on Toonami. You know what I mean? Like this was on Toonami.
It's a Saturday cartoon.
Yeah, and it feels fun. It feels good. We got a little bit of stakes, but I'm still just sitting down enjoying it week to week to week. Because I said
it's like that blah shit, like level of like crazy. I'm not saying that it was like that was a good show or anything of that nature. I just mean there were like of that ilk where like things were just kind of crazy, wacky, just like, you know what I mean? This is a wacky show.
Wacky inflatable potatoes, man.
Oh my
she
God.
don't have my man looking like wacky inflatable too hard, man. I'm telling you.
This is a wacky show in terms of like the slapstick and how crazy it can be.
Yeah, and it lands. It lands every time in a way that not every anime can land it. I think last thing I'll say on it is like Lou's character. I want to get a little bit more out of, because like I get her family got killed early and like we trying to
we gotta give her a little something. Throw her a bone.
I do like that she's the drunk. Her as the drunk is great, because remember when that assassin walked into the thing and she just cracked him over the head with the
That's just funny as hell. No thoughts at all. Just straight pure.
Hey, look,
pure. Like look ahead. Damn.
No, I like I said, I'm glad you got onto the bandwagon of Sakamoto Days. I was
gonna do it.
I know you were. I know. I'm just happy you did, because like I'm here and I wanted to talk about it because I know it's funny, and I'm like I'm curious to see what we're gonna get more. I know it's gonna be one of those anime that is gonna be more binge worthy than like week to week for some. But I'm at the point now where between the characters, between the story, between Sakamoto killing dude in his dreams in his mind every time he sees it, which hits every time.
Yes,
every time. It's every time.
Why are you always thinking about killing me?
And it's always done in the most like.
Yep.
So I'm saying like I'm just content and happy now that Sakamoto's is on the list. So we rocking out, boys.
One thing I want to say, I could not think about this shit. What does the opening theme song sound like? It literally sounds like an opening of another anime, and I cannot think about what it is.
The funny thing about it that you brought that up.
I want to say My Hero opening, or maybe a Naruto opening.
It's a Naruto. I can't remember. It's definitely a Naruto opening.
I need to know which song it is. I was looking for what it sounded like last night. I swear to God, for about an hour straight.
I'll be honest with you.
What it is.
It for me, and I know exactly what you're talking about the opening, because it's such a catchy, good opening. It's perfect for the show.
I love it.
It's catchy. I was singing that joint doing the dishes the other day. Like it's catchy, and so to me, it brings up memories of like an old school original Naruto opening, a Bleach opening,
but it sounds almost exactly like another opening.
Yeah, I know.
You, like. The cadence and everything. Like, I just can't remember what it is.
Yeah,
I gotta find it. I gotta find out what it is.
It's probably the same group. They probably did another.
No, I checked. I looked up all this. I told you I was in deep. I was in deep. I looked up all the songs this creator has done, and it's not any of them. I listened to every single song they've done for anime, and none of them sound like it. So it's just like. Dude's young, by the way. I think he's like 24 or 23.
Oh my God, my knees hurt as soon as you say it.
Oh my God.
Yo, AU, man, we had to go with time this week. We got to go, and we had to talk a little bit about a bunch of stuff. But you got anything you want to leave the people with before we go ahead and slide on up out of here?
Man, you already know, man. It's always room on the couch, baby.
Yo, always. Now, always listen. We appreciate y'all rocking out with us, watching, listening, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow us on our socials at Couch Stealers across the board. And make sure you subscribe to the Couch Stealers YouTube channel to make sure that you watch this video, other shorts and clips we got, and everything in between. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us. We appreciate y'all seeing us. We here, all that good stuff. And we'll be back next week. So appreciate y'all. Catch you. Always rule.
Peace.